Hey y'all, it's Key, and in this video I'm going to show you how I installed my first set of crochet braids. Starting off with freshly washed hair that I'm applying my leave-in to, and then I am going to stretch it so I can put in cornrows. Now, I cannot do a cornrow tutorial. I'm just not that good at explaining how to do it. You know, it's one of those things that you know how to do, but you don't know how to tell somebody how to do it. And so if you watch this how-to video at the bottom by How To Black Hair, she gives the best description of how to do a cornrow. So just watch that. Now what I'm doing here is what I do after every single wash process. I always stretch my hair before styling it, and I'll put a link below to my typical wash day process so that you can check that out if you're interested. Let me tell you what you're going to need to do your crochet braids. Now later that night, my hair is all dry and stretched out, so I'm just gonna lightly detangle it, and then I'm gonna start my cornrows. Now don't forget to check out that link if you want some really good cornrow instruction that I unfortunately cannot give you. So anyway, what you're gonna do to get your crochet braids installed is you need to have twice as many braids in the front as you have in the back. And I decided to go with 8 in the front and 4 in the back, but some people do 14 in the front, 7 in the back. It's totally up to you. I can't braid super small, so that's why I went with 8 and 4. Now y'all, right here I'm going to create my first Y braid. Those first 2 braids that I've got in the front are going to be combined with just 1 piece of hair from the bottom. And so in that way, when I braid those 3 pieces of hair together, they're going to form a single braid coming down the back of my head. So we've got Y number 1 all finished, and now it's time to work on the other 3 Ys. Now I could leave all 4 of these braids just hanging down the back of my neck, but I don't want to. So as I'm finishing each Y, I'm incorporating it into the previous one. That way I'll just end up with 1 long strand of hair to deal with, and I'll show you how to handle that strand in just a minute. So I have just incorporated my last braid into my last Y section. So I don't have any loose hair other than this piece of hair. We want this to be a protective style, so I'm not going to leave this piece hanging out or hanging down. And I really don't want a bobby pin in my head for the next 3 or 4 weeks. I think that could get really uncomfortable. What if I can't get to it, and you know, what if it causes some kind of tension? So I'm not going to even risk it. So the way that I am going to get rid of this loose piece of hair is by latch hooking it into my own hair. So let me show you how to do that. This is my latch hook, by the way. I got it from Walmart. It is by Simplicity, and it was $1.99, I think. First of all, I want to show you my braid pattern real quick. Now to tuck your braid away, you don't have to use a bobby pin. You can tuck it inside one of your own braids. And one way to do that is with the latch hook itself. When you insert it through your hair, make sure it's open, because if it's closed, it'll snag on your hair. So make sure it is wide open, and then you just gently tuck the braid inside the hook and then close it. When you pull it through your braid, pull slowly, and I do mean slowly. That's an important step too, because you don't want it to accidentally come open. That is so painful. So now I've gotten it slowly pulled through my braid, but I've still got some extra hair left. So I'm just going to go a little higher up on that same cornrow and follow the same process. Insert the latch hook, insert my hair into the hook, slowly close the hook, and slide it through. And that's all you got to do. It's the next morning. It's time to get started. Now when you pull your Marley hair out of the pack, it's already going to be centered up really nicely for you. So all you're going to need to do is hold it in the center and go in with those barber shears and just clip it in half. Now I only use 2 packs of hair because I don't have a lot of hair strands, but if you've got really thick hair, then you might need 3 packs. Now when you cut Marley hair in half, you end up with pieces that look like this. Alright, so it's about 18 inches long, which is good because that means that when I fold it to do my crochet, I'm going to end up with about 9 inches of hair, which is a good length. Now, if you want really, really long crochet braids, then just don't clip them. You know, that way you'll have 18 inches of length when you do your crochet hooking. But I want 9 inches. I want a nice compact curly style for the summer. So here's a quick update. It took me about an hour to do the back of my head. I think I've probably got 7 or 8 little loops in each twist. And it probably wouldn't have taken me an entire hour except for the length of time that it takes to just separate the Marley hair. Now separating Marley hair is tricky, and it may just be because of the type of hair I bought. It just was not easy to separate, but the easiest way that I finally found was to unwind the hair sort of in an opposite direction from the way it naturally twisted, and then it allowed me to separate it kind of easily. I wish I had done this the day before and gotten all my strands prepped so that I could just pick up and install, pick up and install. I think it would have saved me a lot of time, but once I finally got the rhythm going, I had a stack of hair sitting next to me and I was good to go. While we're talking, I might as well show you how to insert a crochet braid. So I'm using a latch hook, and there are other ways to do this. I've seen videos where people use hair beaters, but I don't have a hair beater. So I'm using a latch hook, and all I'm gonna do is insert it into a braid facing up. The hook part needs to be facing up. Then I'm going to attach the hair to the hook, close the latch, and pull it through. I'm going to try to grab it while I can so that I've got my finger inside the loop. Then that remaining hair goes into the loop and I pull it taut. And that really is all there is to it. Now, if I had a silkier type of hair, I would loop it several times to make sure that it stayed. But it is such a kinky texture of hair that I don't have to worry about it really. It is going to stay as is. I'm closing the latch, sliding it through. I'm going to use that loop right there before detaching the hook and keeping the loop open. I'm going to slide the rest of the hair right on through and tighten it and let it fall. Now, when I got into this part of my hair, I found my hair sort of catching on other hair, previous sections. So it's a really good idea if you have a duckbill clip or something similar to just use it so that you can bind this hair out of the way and it's not going to be loose and pulling into the new hair. All right, so that's all there is to this process. It's really easy. It's time consuming, but it's easy. It's definitely something you can do at home. So y'all, this is my final look. I've got all my braids installed, and I'm showing you that if I wanted to, I could wear my hair with a center part or I could wear a side part. You have a lot of options with this style, and this is the way the hair looks straightened. And you also can add curls to it, which you will see in my next video. Let me show you how it looks from all different angles. This is the way the hair looks at the part, which is not horrible. It's not terribly natural looking to me, but this is a protective style. So, you know, the point of this for me was for my hair to have 3 weeks off. And so what I decided to do that night was to rock my hair with a big old cap on. But in my next video, I am going to show you the different ways that I styled this hair. I think I wore it for about 3 weeks. And some of the styles, I'm just going to tell you right off, were fails. Oh yes, fails. But then I had success, child. Yes. So I'll see y'all in the next video. And thanks so much for watching, y'all. Bye.